keneged mida. Zelu mazeh. There's going to come an apikoursis. Not that we chassid on apikoursis, but it's going to create apikoursis in the world which we currently are in. Praiseworthy is the one who strengthens himself at these times. And everything we've been discussing until now, that's why we've been discussing heavily the sugi of Emunah Pshuta. Emunah Pshuta is just saying Ani Mamin and just saying it for no reason other than you're a Jew. I'm a Jew, Ani Mamin, that's it, Emunah Shlem. And of course, to daven 3 times a day, don't be a droopy Jew, whether you feel it or not, go daven out loud even, not screaming, just make it audible. Learn your bikovei itim, tipisil Yeshua, right? The basic mitzvahs. Do maser matam be'emunah, do business dealings with emunah.
He was already apikoros at his time in Europe, and where he was.
There was.
He already was. You said that it's coming. I think there was a.
He says a great apikoros is going to come. What that means?
A great one. You mean like a major. So is he referring to in 1848 or 1840 when you had 2 things vying for each other? You had a tremendous Musik movement that
I already know I'm not going to answer your question. I don't know exactly.
All right,
what
I just thought then you also had this like industrial revolution which started. You had 2 opposing things that were knocking heads. All your great swarm of Musa, from my understanding, were all written, if you look at it, pretty much in the 1800s, the early 1800s.
Most of the swarm of Musa are not, they're not speaking about Emunah. There's an understanding you already have Emunah.
Okay.
It's refining the character, which does help Emunah also, refining character traits. It's we've discussed a little bit, the taivas of a person is the reason for a person's lack sometimes of Emunah. We learned that from Moharan, right? Why couldn't Aristotle? If Aristotle couldn't believe, one of the smartest people of all time, couldn't believe in a God, how can we, says Rabbi Wasserman, how can we demand a 13-year-old boy, first night, Kriya Shema, nighttime comes, 3 towers come out, he's 13 years old. How can you demand of a child to do that? If Aristotle couldn't, so we said Aristotle was about
but you're not demanding that of it. When you're 13 and the child becomes bar mitzvah, you're not demanding it. You're laying the groundwork that he's able now to build on it at that age. You're not. I don't believe, unless other people have other experiences, and I'm thinking back to myself at 13. I'm told to believe. I'm told that this is the way it is. I'm a Jew. You know, you're brought up as a Jew. Now it's 13. It's like a key that you're given to.
So if you remember, we discussed. We discussed about in the sugi of Emunah Pshuta. There's a process. When you're 13, it's Emunah Pshuta. You don't even know why. You do
exactly.
Which is Emunah Pshuta, which is a high level. But then you have to then start working on understanding from 13 to 20 to 25, understanding, learning, havana, chacham, being a das of all the mitzvahs of Emunah. But then at a certain point, that's how we started the sugi again. You also have to go back to Emunah Pshuta. You can't live always with Emunah sichlis, intellectual Emunah, because there are holes in it. There are questions, there are doubts. That's where a person gets in trouble sometimes. When the going is going tough, right? When you get into trouble, if you don't have Emunah Pshuta, sometimes there are questions you cannot answer, and it rattles a person. So he said you have Emunah Pshuta, Emunah Sichlis, Emunah Pshuta, Emunah Sichlis, Emunah Pshuta. It has to be the constant. That's the ladder. That's the ladder. So Rebbe Nachman says, so stay strong. Praiseworthy is the one who nowadays stays strong. There's trials of Emunah. People aren't believers. Daven, learn. He said, and he says, even though I'm telling you this, I'm telling you a great apikoursis is going to come, it's not going to help prevent the apikoursis. It's going to come. Even if I told everybody about this, the apikoursis is still coming like a tidal wave. You know it's coming. You can't stop it. It's going to come. This apikoursis is coming to the world, and a person needs to be mechazik himself in Emunah. Emunah pshuta, just to believe in a Kodesh Baruch Hu, to live in Torah and to mitzvahs and tzaddikim. That even though Rabbi Nachman is telling us, he's predicting what's going to happen, and we believe him, the Gorsis is still going to come. We're still going to get challenged by it. Can't get out of that. And this is the Ratzon Hashem. This is the Ratzon Hashem. Because we know in Avodas Hashem, when you're tested, that's when you get strong. And since the Mashiach is going to come because of Emunah, when we believe fully, then Mashiach is going to come. It's Hashem. So therefore, the way you get a person to strengthen his Emunah is by testing him in Emunah. This is the Ratzon Hashem. We're going to lose a lot of people. And we did lose a lot of people. But that's how it goes in the big war. A few battles, right? What is it? A battle lost, but did we win the war? Such a lashon. Even Daniel the Navi, already told us about this. That before Mashiach comes, he is Baru, he is Labnu, he is Tzarfa, there's going to be Beirurim. There's going to be, what's a good word for Beirurim? A separation. No, separation, meaning like Breira on Shabbos, Borer. You're going to separate the Tov from the Ra. There's going to be a separation from the Risham and the Tzaddikim. There's going to be a big separation. And the tests of Emunah are going to separate. They're going to show people's true colors. V'yislavnu, there's going to be a libun, right? When you're in a kashi or oven, you have to take a fire, a flame, and burn it out, right? When you have gold and it's mixed with impurities, what do? You burn it out. The yitzarfun, there's going to be refinement. It's going to help people, those who are on the border, they're working on their Emunah, this is going to refine them and make them even stronger. Yitzarfu Rabbi, as the pasuk says, Daniel says, Shiur Risham, v'hamaskelim yavinu, that the Risham are going to do rishus, but the maskilim, the wise ones, they're going to understand. I mean, there's going to become this rift, this separation between the Risham and the Tzaddikim, dafka because the tests of Emunah. And even so, he says, since Rabbi Nachman informed that there's going to be this nisayon, there's going to be this test before Mashiach comes, that's going to clarify us and refine us through the test of Emunah. And those who are zochet to stand up, I'm preparing you, get ready for battle. Those who stand up in these nisyonos and they stand strong in their Emunah, ashrei lo, praiseworthy are they. And they're going to be zochet to all the tov, all the goodness that's going to come in the future, that's been promised. That the Chachamim, the Nevi'im have prophesied about, we've been told about. There's going to come amazing reward for those who stand up in their Emunah. Emunah is going to, what is Emunah? Emunah is where you Pasha sometimes don't understand. You don't know how this makes any sense. Afal Pikin, you have to stand strong. Right? Emunah means you don't know. Right? We've discussed this many times. You don't know. You don't have das. But I believe. I believe this is the end. I can't explain to you why this bad thing happened or why exactly I'm doing this mitzvah. I don't know exactly. But I believe. And I'm going to stay strong. And you can't ask questions on it because I don't need to prove to you anything because I don't have a reason for it. Also, you think I'm a big loser because I'm doing something without any reason? Adarabah, that's the highest. Because I have a belief system. I believe in something higher than logic. I believe in something that's bigger than this world. Something that's going to be, there's going to be a future world. That's the strongest when there's no reason, not the weakest. Right? This world, everything has to be reasons. Everything has to have conditions. And if you don't have a good reason, so then you're a loser. Right? We don't think that way. Adarabah. Emunah Shlema. I believe in a Kodesh Baruch Hu because it's the emes. I believe in the Torah mitzvahs because it's the emes. That's it. You can't argue with me. That's why it's not kedai to get into fights with people about these things. You just walk away from them. Because once you get into a fight, that means you're getting into a fight of yediyas. You're getting into a fight of reasons, tamim. You're already lost. Because if your emunah is emunah pshuta, you have no reasons for it. So if you get into a machlokas with a guy, right, he's trying to upshog your emunah, he has to be coming from a place of reasons. So if you lower yourself to getting into this machlokas, now you're in trouble because you don't have the arsenal. You're living in, right? You understand what I'm saying? Yes? If you hold of emunah pshuta, you just walk away from this week. You just walk away. Not because you're the loser, because you're the biggest winner. Right? When there's two kids getting into a fight, you teach your kid. Sometimes it's better just to walk away. You don't have to throw a punch. Ezo Gibor, Hakovish is Yetzer. Who's the strong one? One who's Kovish is Yetzer. So the one who walks away, he's Kovish is Yetzer. He's the strong one. He's the real Nachman. Right? It's very important because people get into all these little ridiculous fights all the time. Like, what are you guys talking about? First of all, you both don't know anything. You're both crazy. That's it. I can't walk away. Stay out of machlokas. It's not good for anybody. It doesn't work. Because even if you're right, the other guy will say you're wrong. Right? You could be right 100%. But if the guy doesn't agree to you, so you're not going to feel like you won. So you're never going to win. Therefore, everybody should be careful. Since I'm prophesizing, I'm preparing you. There's going to be battles of Emunah, and it's those who stand strong. Davka in Emunah, they're the ones who are going to make it to the end. Not the ones who are learning and the ones who are davening, but the ones who are davening with Emunah, the ones who are learning with Emunah. Right? Every mitzvah, the shorish of that mitzvah, if you do it with kavana, is Emunah. It says David Melech. What does he say? Kol mitzvah sech Emunah. That's what David Melech says. Kol mitzvah sech Emunah. Every mitzvah is Emunah. Because if you do mitzvahs out of rote, okay, so maybe in some madreg it's Emunah pshuta. But if you do mitzvahs with kavana, what's the kavana of every mitzvah? Why are you davening? Hashem said so. Why are you learning? Hashem said so. What a loser that's it. That's all you got. No, Andrabah. If you're actively thinking that's actually the highest. When you're doing it out of rote, and someone says, "Why are you doing this?" and you're like, because Hashem said so. So it wasn't active, right? It was out of rote, and that's your answer. So there's something to that, but it's a low level Emunah pshuta. It's like the kid who's 13. Just say the Shema. Why are you doing it? Because my parents said so. Because Hashem said so. Okay, good, but low level. But if a person does a mitzvah, he goes to daven tomorrow morning, right? Chazak, not a droopy Jew. You get up and you go in and you say in your head, right? We learned already the Sicha a few weeks ago. You can say it in your head. You can say it out loud. I'm going to daven now, Kodesh Baruch. I'm going to daven now to you because I believe in you. I guarantee at least the first 30 seconds of your davening will be better. After that, I can't guarantee. You might get tired, you might get lost. But at least for the first 30 seconds, it'll be better davening. But that's davening with Emunah. That's chazak. That's chazak. So a person who cares about himself, the yachlas al atzma, you care about yourself. Lishar kaim chazak v'nuso, stay strong in your Emunah. And there won't be other nisyonos. You won't need to have more nisyonos and more refinement, since you were already informed of it beforehand. So a person has to know that the tests are going to come. The nisyonos are going to come. Daniel already told us about it. He gave us inside information. Right? Usually inside information is also. Right? It's illegal. Here it's legal. That doesn't mean you're going to get out of it. It means you have to be mechazik yourself in Emunah. And those who are mechazik themselves in Emunah might be able to pass some of the battles unscathed. They might be able to get out of it, but others will see. It's as much as you know beforehand, you're still going to get in the fight. So he says, Rabbi Nachman says, MS, Afal Pikein, even though I informed you already, Daniel informed you already, and some of you are going to be mechazik yourself in your Emunah, and you're going to try your best. You're going to learn the Svarim. You're going to daven b'koach. You're going to learn b'koach. Afal Pikein, Afal Bisho Diazos Mekodim. Even though you've been informed before, there's going to be some, and probably for many, Afal Pikein Yenisayin Godel. There's going to be a great nisayin. It's coming, and you're going to have to fight a battle. The Rabbim Yashu Kamosha Kasav Rashi Risham, and those who are Risham, they're going to end up doing rishis. They're going to leave the fold. But even though I know you're going to be tested, I'm still telling you. Now, if we already know that this test is coming, right? If you know a test, you're at school, and the teacher says, I'm giving you a test in a week from now, and the test is going to cover this and this sugya, these chapters. So what does every kid do? Not every kid. The studious ones. They study and study and study and study and study, and if they do, not always, but you could do well. So what does he mean over here? I'm telling you the test is coming, Daniel said the test is coming. It's a test in Emunah. I told you the sugya. We have ways to learn about Emunah. We have Svarim, we have Tefillah, we have Torah. What do you mean Afal Pikin is going to be Nisayan Gadol? And basically, some people are, it's going to be very difficult. What do you mean? Why would we lose this war if we're already prepared?
Because your lack of Emunah will not allow you to believe that you should be really working on your Emunah.
So you're saying from the beginning, some people won't prepare.
No, that you're not going to be able to prepare because your lack of Emunah is gonna.
So fine for those people. Those people they have a pagam in their Emunah. What about the people who have Emunah?
Because even us,
we have a lack of Emunah. It's like a lesson.
Right.
Okay, I hear that.
Low
level. Also, we have to know what does Baal Shem Tov tell us. Baal Shem Tov tells us by nisayon, by a true nisayon. You know what happens by a true nisayon? Now we have different types of nisyonos all day long. We have a nisayon where a kid is just annoying us, and then we have big nisyonos of Emunah, big nisyonos of Parnas, whatever it may be. By the big nisyonos, the real nisyonos, the Baal Shem Tov tells us that the Kodesh Baruch Hu removes your madrigas. He takes away almost everything that you've earned and worked on, not to hurt you. He takes it away and he gives you. You only have one thing that you can hold on to. He says, Yiras Hashem, Yiras Shamayim. That sometimes you can't win this little battle. All you could do is hold on, hold your ground. You might get knocked back a few steps, but the point is, don't die. Just hold on. Don't throw away your Yiddishkeit. Hold on strong. Right? Kids are going through these tests, and they need chizuk. Just hold on, because it's even though they had Emunah, this adult even had Emunah. He's worked on himself. Sometimes the Kodesh Baruch Hu says, "I'm going to test you." Now, test is a code name for giving you an opportunity to grow. Right? Test is opportunity for growth. So I'm going to give you a big opportunity for growth by removing everything you have and giving you a huge test and seeing if you can hold on. If you hold on, I'm going to give you everything back and you're going to bump up madrigas. That's what it is. It's an opportunity. A person davens, Kodesh Baruch Hu, I want to be a better Eved Hashem. Hashem says, yeah? You want to be a better Eved Hashem? Okay. So I'll give you a test. It takes away all your madrigas. You feel like, oh my gosh, Hashem left me. What's going on over here? I don't feel connected at all. I was davening for Kodesh Baruch Hu to help me, and then he left me. This is crazy. Nachman talks about this many times. But what's the understanding? The understanding is, it feels like a Kodesh Baruch Hu left you, but you have to make sure you don't leave him. Because that's Emunah. Emunah is where you don't understand. You lost your madrigas. It doesn't make sense anymore. What happened? Why would he leave me if I'm trying to work on my Avodas Hashem? The answer is, because that is a test in Emunah. And that's gufu Avodas Hashem. And that's what's going to bring a person to the highest madrigas. It's opposite logic. I mean, you couldn't explain it in logic, but at least at first glance, it's opposite logic because it's Emunah. Emunah also has a logic to it, which is explained. That he remove your madrigas to help you work in Emunah. That's the logic aspect of Emunah. When you're in it and he removes your madrigas, whatever I'm telling you right now, you're not going to remember. You're going to lose that. If you're going to say, yeah, he was talking about that Nisayan, not what I'm going through. As it happens, and you have to just hold on. You have to just hold on. So Rabbi Nachman saying. So some people, I'm telling you right now, Daniel told you, but you're still going to be tested. The tidal wave is coming. The tsunami is coming. It's coming. You can't stop that. Not even close. You can't contain it. Impossible. You better get on the high ground and hold on. That's it. Hold on. And that's part of the test of life. It says, so you'd say, well, what's the point of them telling me? Who cares? If I'm going to get tested anyway, what's the point of telling me? Good question. So Nachman says, even though this is true, you're going to be tested and it's going to be difficult. I'm still being modi. I'm still informing you of this. For those few people who are kosher, that they will prepare and strengthen their emunah beforehand. That they will work on themselves. You're still going to be tested, but I'm giving you an opportunity to prepare yourselves. Also, for those who are going to be in the battle, we'll explain in a second. They're going to have huge battles. They're going to have huge battles in the das, trying to understand. To give a person, I'm telling you this now, in order to give a person a little bit of life, a little bit of strength, a little bit of courage, Yosek Shiur shekvar dibra mizos mizem mikodem. Says Rabbi Nachman, I'm informing you now, and Baruch Hashem, Rabbi Nosson wrote it down for us. So Rabbi Nachman said this already 300 years ago, whatever the timeline is. Whatever, it's not 300. Why? Because I'm going to strengthen you with this. How? I thought we were going to still get tested. Because when you realize, he says, Kishayiru shekvar dibru mizem mikodem. When you see, when you remember, and you're going through the battle of Emunah, and you remember, oh, Rabbi Nachman predicted this 250 years ago, that's going to give you strength. So Rabbi Nachman says, what's the strength? What's the strength that's going to give me that Rabbi Nachman predicted it? So what? I'm still going to have to go through it. He said, Hashem's still going to remove my madrigas. Why? What is it about him being Modiya? What is it about Rabbi Nachman informing me of it, Mikodem, that's going to help?
So you get to the next level.
That's going to happen anyway. What is it about?
It's a bookmark.
Maybe like this. What does it mean if a tzaddik says something and it comes true? It's like a nevuah, right? A prophet comes and says, Hashem, Ko Amar Hashem, this is going to happen. And it happens. What happens? What does a person say? Whoa, there's a Bariol. This is not simple. This prophet came and said in the name of Hashem, this is going to happen, and it happened. There's a HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Similarly, if it's tzaddik Rabbi Nachman, and many tzaddikim didn't do this, not that Rabbi Nachman saying I'm saying a prophecy, he never said such words. I'm predicting. He saw Baruch Kodesh in his tzidkus that this was coming, this tidal wave was coming. He saw it coming, and he predicted it. And now in 2023, Tavshin Pei Gimel, the person says, whoa, he was mamish right, 250 years ago. We're having tremendous nisyonos and Emunah right now. People don't even know what Emunah is, really. When you see that prediction come true, it gives you Emunah in the tzaddik, like a navi, which ultimately brings you to Emunah in a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Because the whole life of the tzaddik is Kodesh Baruch Hu, Kodesh Baruch Hu. That's the whole lineage of the tzaddik. He's trying to bring you, teach you, bring you closer to Kodesh Baruch Hu. So when you have an Emunah in the tzaddik, the Emunah in tzaddikim is very, very big. That brings you to Emunah in Kodesh Baruch Hu. So that's why he says, I'm telling you this beforehand. I'm being Modiya you. So that when it does happen, and now you remember that I said this 250 years ago, that's going to bring you to a heightened state of Emunah to some degree, to give you the strength, something, some weapon in this battle. When all your madrigas leave, at least you'll remember, oh yeah, Rabbi Nachman said this. Whoa. Yeah. Something. He can't give us everything. It's impossible. A tzaddik cannot give you the madrigas. Hashem's going to take them away. But something he can give us. Okay, that was Sichos Lamed. What time is it?
9:18.
Okay. Lamed Vav, Sichos Lamed Vav. V'omar, and he says it's a very short one. Od yazman shemi sheyia ish kosher pashut. Says Rabbi Nachman, there's going to come a time, and we might be in that time right now. There's going to come a time that you have an ish kosher pashut. You have a Jew, he's an ish kosher, he's a kosher yid. We discussed this already a long time ago in the earlier sichos. And he's pashut, a pashut yid, yechidish gadol k'ma Baal Shem Tov. He's going to be a novelty. He's going to be a big chiddush like the Baal Shem Tov was in his day. Can you imagine? We're going to be at such a madrega, such a low level, that an ish kosher pashut could be at the madrega. He's going to be a chiddush like the Baal Shem Tov. Doesn't mean he's going to be like the Baal Shem Tov. He's going to be a big chiddush, that there could be such a person in the world. Those are the people who hold on to the Emunah when everybody else is falling, and everybody else is getting confused, and everybody else is in a state of doubt. A Jew says, no, ani mamin. How many people are walking around Benes? How many people are walking around proactively, consciously, mindfully, aware, saying, ani mamin? I hope a lot. I just don't know if that's the case. We're all maminim b'nei maminim. We're all maminim b'nei maminim, meaning we have that 13-year-old Emunah in us, 100%. And we'll never lose that. But we can work on that. We can try to, right? That's good. I like to be positive. I like to always be optimistic. And that's good. That's a baseline. But we can get stronger. And a person who has, it's a better life. It's not like you're going to get in trouble. That's not the point. The point is that you live a better, happier, calm, tranquil life if if you have more Emunah in Kodesh, you believe that there is a purpose here. There is a Borei Olam who's running the show. It's just, let's see this. That's just how it goes. Let's see if we can go to 37. I don't think we can get to 38. We'll see. Lamed Zayin. Apikorsis nikrois masa. What's a masa? A package, a burden. Apikorsis is called a burden. Rashi says, Al masa'achem, on the burdens that they're placing upon me. Melamed shahayu bahem apikorsim. It teaches that the Jewish people were apikorsim. They were disbelievers. Is that the right word? Disbelievers, unbelievers, non-believers, unbelievers, all the different, whatever. Al Kain, listen to Rabbi Nachman says, unbelievable. So first of all, it's called the burden, apikorsis. Al Kain kishinosei lahat tzaddik. When a person travels to a tzaddik, he throws off this package. Okay, interesting. When he's traveling to the tzaddik, he throws off this package, this burden. Because he's traveling, because since he's traveling, he's already has some level of Emunah, which is the opposite of apikorsis. Okay. Let's get a little bit deep over here, yeah? So if apikorsis is a heavy package, right? If apikorsis is this heavy package, how can traveling be a good thing? Right? If I have a big package, I don't want to travel. I'm going to put it down. I'm not going anywhere. It's heavy to carry a package. Why does Rabbi Nachman start by saying apikorsis is a package, and then says traveling to the tzaddik is like throwing off a heavy package? The word masa, mem shin aleph. So there's 22 letters in the aleph base. Okay? When we come to the world of the spheres, we know there's 10 spheres. The upper three are Keser, Chachma, Bina, intellectual, not Keser, but Keser, Chachma, Bina, Chachma, Bina, and Das, and then the lower 7, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, Malchus. You know the stuff. The 7 are like the 7 days of the week, the emotions, the 3 are the more the intellectual. That's 10, and then there's 12 other letters, the 12 months, the 12 constellations. It's a whole sugya in of itself. Now, each letter in the 22 letters represents, there's 3 letters for the 3 upper spheres, then there's 7 letters for the 7 spheres, and then there's the other 12. So the top 3 spheres, Keser, Chacham, Bina, are Osios Aleph, Mem, Shin. Okay? The 7 are Begid Kafris, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Reish, Taf, and then the last 12. The letters Aleph, Shin, Mem, the intellectual, the Mochen, are the same letters as Mem, Shin, Aleph. Masa. Right? So when we say that it's a package, it's a burden, it's referring to the fact that apikorsis is an attack on the intellectual understanding of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a belief. It's a belief. We want to get to the place of Emunah Pshuta here. But until you can get to here, sometimes we have the fights over here. Right? That's why we want to try to quickly get to apikorsis. We want to quickly try to get to Emunah Pshuta, because then all the attacks over here don't matter. I don't care what you're saying. I don't believe you because I am Emunah Pshuta here. It's stronger than this. The Pnimi Yisalev. So the Mem Shin Aleph, the package, the burden, which is apikorsis, is because it attacks our Aleph Shin Mem, our Mochen. The letters are also the words Shema, right? Shin Mem Aleph. What is Shema? What do you say? Maybe, perhaps. What does it sound like? Doubts, right? If you switch around the letters, you get into trouble. Aleph Shin Mem is also Asham. What is Asham? Guilty. The person has the Jewish guilt, which also takes a big hit on him, right? When you have Jewish guilt, what do you want to do? I'm dropping this package. I'm getting out of this package. Emunah, it's a heavy package on me. Apikorsis, right? Who's the biggest mammon? An atheist, right? Apikorsis is really the biggest mammon. Why? Because all day long he's right. We don't think about a Kodesh Baruch Hu all day, but the apikorsim, the atheists, they have, right? They're thinking about a Kodesh Baruch Hu all day. That's the joke. No, there's no God. There's no God. There's no God. There's no God. We just go about our life, They're always denying and trying to fight against. So it's a heavy package. So that package, it can either be Emunah, and it's the lightest package of all time, or if you have the apikorsis, it turns into this heavy burden, these doubts that burden me, this Jewish guilt. I just want to drop the package. I don't want to carry the package. Right? Who wants to carry that burden? I'd rather be lazy. Right? I'd rather be lazy, and when things feel good for me, then I'll do it. That's not Pikar's life. He doesn't believe in a higher power. He doesn't do things like davening and learning. A Jew with Emunah, you daven every day 3 times a day, whether you like it or not. You learn every day, you try your best to learn every day, whether you like it or not, because that's what the Kodesh Baruch Hu says. You should like davening, you should enjoy learning. But even if not, you're in the army. It's not your choice. Get up, go daven, get up, go do this mitzvah, give tzedakah, sukkah, lulav, Shabbos, tzitzis. That's what you have to do. Right? That because wants to be lazy. So now what do we have? We have this package. Which again, it's a package of apikorsis. Inside the package of apikorsis is really Emunah. If it's at the madrega of Emunah, it's very light. You'd love to carry that. But if it's apikorsis, it's very, very heavy and dense. So what does Rabbi Nachman say to do? Take that package on your back. Don't drop it. If you drop the package, that means you're leaving Yiddishkeit. You're leaving Emunah. Right? No. Hold on to that heavy package and travel to the tzaddik. What does it mean when you travel to the tzaddik? You have doubts. You have guilt. You have all these burdens. You don't enjoy learning. You don't enjoy davening. Kodesh Baruch Hu, what's he doing to my life? He's not giving me Parnes HaShana. But I want answers. But I'm looking. I'm seeking. I'm a mevakish. Go travel to the tzaddik. If you travel to the tzaddik, that shows you have Emunah. That shows that Emunah that's in the package, in the apikorsis, yes? You're giving a life. And what happens when the package that's very heavy, the pneumius of the package, which is Emunah, starts to come out, reveal itself? You throw off the heaviness. You keep the Emunah, but you throw off the burden, the apikorsis of the package. Just from traveling to the tzaddik. He says that's what he says. Al kain kishno say la tzaddik. When traveling to the tzaddik, he doesn't even get to him. He doesn't even get answers. The mere fact that you're traveling to the tzaddik because you're looking for answers, you're looking for the emes. You don't want to just chuck the whole program. That's enough to throw off the heaviness of the package. You're going to keep the Emunah. Because again, the package always had Emunah inside. The heaviness is the apikorsis. The guilt, the doubts. The fact that you're traveling already, that shows Emunah. Which is the opposite of apikorsis. And then by the time you get to the tzaddik, which is not always an easy travel, sometimes you're going after, there's a lot of other ikuvim on the way. Rabbi Nachman talks about that also. It's not so simple. But the very fact that you even started to travel already, that's a madrega of Emunah. When in doubt, travel to the tzaddik. That's the new bumper sticker. When in doubt, travel to the tzaddik. And apikorsis is yeah. What time is it? Let's see if we have time to finish. I don't know. What time? 9:30. 9:30? Okay, so let's just do Lamachas. I'm just going to read through it fast. Okay, let's just read through it fast because it's tied into all this. Lamachas. Shatu b'shamayim piyam l'shalom talach baretz. It says in the pasuk that they have set their mouth against heaven. Shatu b'shamayim piyam. U'l'shonam, and their tongue tihalach baretz, walks on the earth. What does it mean? It says Rabbi Nachman ki achshav this pasha apikorsis. Even in my day, he's saying the apikorsis, like you were saying. Apikorsis already in his day was already starting to run rampant. Shehutru haratzul daber sora al kol tzadikim v'kol yirei Hashem. The apikorsis is so strong. There's already it already unleashed itself to speak negatively, to speak against tzadikim and yirei Hashem. This is what's happening. People are saying they're tzadikim, they're davening and they're learning. They're tzaddikim. And people are speaking lashon hara about them. People are trying to destroy them, saying that they're bad people. And this is tantamount to speaking lashon hara against the whole world. She'eino mashgiach al kol olam. Kilo Kodesh Baruch Hu is not mashgiach on the entire world. Ube'emez apikorsis hu neged Hashem yisbarach ba'atzmo, says Rabbi Nachman, that really when you speak out against the tzaddik, against the Yirei Shemayim, really in the kavan of that person, he's speaking out against the Kodesh Baruch Hu, chas v'shalom. Ach she'em bo she'medaber b'fiyam al Hashem yisbarach, but they're embarrassed to say something so blatant against the Kodesh Baruch Hu, so blasphemous. That's too much for them. They'd rather speak out against the entire world, to the tzaddikim, to the Hashem, try to put them down, which will knock down Kodesh Baruch Hu without speaking directly against the Kodesh Baruch Hu. That's what the pasuk says, that they're going to speak out against the Shemayim. Sheba emes, in their heart, is Masha Medabrim Befim, what they're saying in their mouth. Hu be'emes lamayla b'Shemayim. It's really, they're saying words against Shemayim. Ki ikar devarim neged Hashem is Baruch Yivyochel Kanal. Because their main words are against the Kodesh Baruch Hu, Chas Hashem. Ach l'shona, but their actual words that are coming out of their mouth, tahalech ba'aretz, are traveling in the earth, on the earth. Because they're embarrassed to speak out explicitly against the Kodesh Baruch Hu. They'd rather speak out against people in this world, against the tzaddikim, against the whole world. But be'emes, they're speaking out against Shemayim. This is what we were saying before. Through the Emunah of the tzaddik, you get to Emunah of Kodesh Baruch Hu. So the Samech Mem, the Yetzer Hara, is going to try to get us to speak out against tzaddikim, because if you speak out against tzaddikim, it's going to mess up your Emunah of Kodesh Baruch Hu. You have to be very, very careful. Very, 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 very careful. When Nachman says, when there's machlokas or tzaddikim, stay away.
What was that?
I don't remember, but he says, don't even have an opinion. I don't remember. Don't even have an opinion. If you have an opinion, you're already caught in the mix. Run away. Run away. Unless something is in your face and it's true and you know it's true, otherwise, dan kaschus, run away. Because if there's a pagam and a tzaddik, it's a big pagam in a person's emunah. We've had tzaddikim, unfortunately, or talmidei chachamim, people who have done silly things. And when they go down, many, many people go down with them. The emunah of people really takes a big hit. No? So through all these Torahs, this is one big hemshech, 35, 36, 37, 38. Now we should chazer over. There's been a big sugya for the past few weeks. Emunah pshuta, how far it's gone, to mechazik ourselves, even though Rabbi Nachman's being modias, we're still going to have to fight Emunah pshuta.